everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Rhiannon and today I thought I would film a day in the life video. Now, I wouldn't say that I have the busiest of days today, however, I am going to the gym, which is why I look like this. I am also going for a dog walk, and I do have a meeting with an online coach afterwards as well to talk about what I want to do moving forwards. So I thought it would be an interesting day to film. Hopefully it turns out to be interesting, at least for you guys. Like I said, I don't know if it will be, but it's a gorgeous day today. The sun's out, so that is fantastic. It instantly brightens my mood. And as I said, I am starting the day off with a gym session. It's a weight-based gym session today, and it's actually a class that my gym is providing. I am currently part of a female-only gym, which honestly is fantastic. And every now and again we have a lifting class, and today, of course, I do have it. I am actually about to head off. It is 10:15 on Sunday, and I need to get there by 10:30. So all I'm gonna do now is put my shoes on and drive there. Hopefully I'll be able to film some clips of this class as well, because Adriana's coming with me today, so hopefully she can be my camera woman. I don't know how crowded it's going to be though and what types of exercises we're going to be doing, so hopefully that is manageable. But I feel like I've rambled on enough now. I really do need to go. So I will check in with you guys again probably after the gym session.
There's no need to complicate things. Let's stick to the basics. We both know what we want. Let's just keep it simple. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We dance on the same wavelength. This feels like a new beginning. We both know what we want. Let's just keep it simple. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So won't you let me trip with you? Leaning on fire, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me trip with you? Leaning on fire, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me? So won't you let me? So won't you let me?
Right guys, I have now made it from the gym. That was definitely a tough session. I haven't done a weight-based session in a while, and I will say I was humbled, but it was great. I had a really amazing time. Adriana was my partner and she did manage to get some footage of me doing all the exercises, so you will have seen those. We are heading off now though for a walk. I'm gonna hop in Ads's car and we're gonna go to Carnarvon, I think, and walk along the coast. So I think it's actually gonna be a pretty long walk. But like I said, the weather's lovely today. I feel so much better now that I've been to the gym as well. So yeah, we're gonna head off. I will say I'm getting hungry though. We had a cup of tea at the end with some of the girls and our trainer as well, which was lovely. And then I think we're gonna walk to a pub as well. So hopefully I'll get something to eat there. But I just wanted to update you guys before we head off and let you know that I've done the session. It was great and we are heading for a pretty long walk now. We have made it. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. I don't know how strong the wind is on the mic here, but yeah, we've made it. It's a beautiful day, like I said. It's so lovely here and we're just going to walk hopefully until we get to the pub. I don't know how many miles exactly that is, but it's quite a ways. So yeah, I'm glad that it's a sunny day. Obviously I've got my sunglasses on, I've got my bottle of water with me as well, and yeah, we're just going to enjoy the walk.
Don't forget to breathe, breathe. 'Cause every poison word that's on your breath makes me hate the smell of cigarettes. Breathe, just breathe. They say that what you give is what you get, but I don't see how you could handle this stuff. Made up my mind now. 'Cause I know this world is beautiful, but you're making me so cynical. I don't see this working anymore.
Hi guys, it is currently a lot later now. I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but it's almost 20 to 8 at night. And I was meant to update you a while ago, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm so sorry. So as you saw, I did go to the gym. I updated you in the car afterwards, but what I didn't say was that we were there for almost 2 hours, which was not part of the plan. But after we finished our session, we then had some tea with the girls. My coach actually brought everything out. She had like a little tea and coffee station. She had a few biscuits, and it was really lovely to just sit down with the girls and actually chat and get to know them, because we obviously do see each other in the gym and we do chat quite a bit, but that's always in between the workouts that we do, and so we don't really get to know each other that well. So yeah, we were just sharing a lot of stories about, of course, the gym and also travel as well, which yeah, was really lovely. Then Ads and I decided to go for a walk, and it took a lot longer than we thought. Ads told me it was going to be around 6 miles, however it ended up being 8. So we walked the extra 2 miles, and by about halfway I desperately needed to go to the toilet, so we did have to walk a little bit further along as well to get to a cafe. We both went to the toilet. We were thinking of having food, however, like I said, we spent an extra hour in the gym. I wanted to get home and Ads did too, really, so we decided not to, and then we walked back. We didn't actually get home until 4 o'clock, which is crazy considering I was out of the house at like 10:15 this morning. So the day really did kind of get away from us. I will say it felt fantastic. It was so nice to have some sun, and I'm glad that we did get to spend a significant amount of time outside today. Then I came back, I had a shower, I watched the end of the England and Italy game, which, in case you're not following, the Six Nations is a rugby game. That was the one that was on for today, and yeah, I just caught the end of it, the second half basically. Then I had a phone call with my new coach, I guess. I have been really struggling with myself more than anything these last few months with my fitness routine and also my nutrition. So I have decided to go with a coach now, just to get me in the right headspace and so that I know that I'm doing the best that I can for myself. So it was basically like a little induction chat, I guess, today. I know the woman that I've chosen as my coach. She actually teaches 2 of my gym classes, and I love her style, I love her energy. I really did gel with her personality, and so that's why I've decided to go with her, because I just thought that she would be a perfect fit for me. And from that initial phone call, I'm really excited moving forward. That's probably going to mean a few changes in my daily routine and my diet moving forwards, so we'll see how it goes. I may vlog the process, I'm not too sure, but please do let me know if that's something you would be interested in seeing. And speaking of nutrition, one thing that I do quite a bit is meal prep. That is why we're in the kitchen. I am currently meal prepping. This is only going to make me 3 meals, but that means I don't have to worry about my lunches for the next 3 days. For those of you who don't know, I am a teacher. I have recently transitioned to secondary school from primary school, and I have a very busy and hectic work week. And so the last thing I want to be thinking about is my meals. And so meal prepping just makes it so easy. If you don't do this, I would highly recommend. I normally have a few things meal prepped for us throughout the week. This week's a little bit different because Tom and I have different things going on, so I'm not quite going to meal prep our tea. But for my lunches, I normally make this, and I also make a chicken and chorizo orzo in the slow cooker, and then I portion that up for the week as well. I will be doing that later on in the week, but for now I'm going to show you a different recipe that I love, and it's so easy and simple to throw together. And it's actually a recipe that I found on a page called Neil In versus Out Nutrition. So Neil is a coach and a nutritionist, and he does post a lot of great recipes on his Instagram page. But I will leave a link to this specific recipe down in the description box, so if you guys would like to check it out, then of course I would highly recommend. This is the glass bowl chicken pesto meal prep, and like I said, it is so lovely. It's really tasty, and it's also very light. I feel like a lot of my meal prep meals recently have been quite heavy, so having this is a really nice change. It's very refreshing. It definitely reminds me of summer, and I'm gonna chuck it all together now and show you guys how I do it. Now, when I cook, I do tend to spread everything out, so that is what we've got here. These are the glass bowls that I am going to use to meal prep, because these are actually oven safe and they're microwave safe as well, so I can reheat them in this. This just saves me a whole lot of time. It's really easy, and this recipe is for 3 portions, which is why I have 3 glass bowls. Then I have all my ingredients laid out here. This is literally all you need. So we have some chicken stock, pesto, of course, which is the reduced fat version, because obviously we are watching our calories at the minute. Then I have some fat-free Greek style yogurt, salt and pepper, 300 grams of chicken. I have some peas, some tomatoes, and some cheese as well. This is the best thing now, guys, because all I'm gonna do is chuck all of these into those 3 containers, and I'm gonna pop them in the oven and they're gonna cook. So yeah, that is literally all there is to it. I am gonna preheat the oven to 180 and then pop everything in, and I'll kind of show you step by step what I do. Please excuse this Starbucks bag. I actually got a Too Good To Go bag from there, and yeah, it's just there for now because it's full of pastries, which is lovely. But as you've seen, I've set out my 3 glass bowls, and then I'm just gonna start adding everything in. Starting off with my chicken breast, I have weighed this and then I don't really re-weigh it. I just try and get the same amount as possible in each of the glass bowls. I probably should weigh it, to be honest, to make sure that it is even, but honestly, I feel like this way is fine. So you literally pop this in raw. You don't have to cook it. Don't worry about that. That is going to happen later on. But yeah, I literally just chuck everything in there. It looks about even to me, to be honest, so I'm just going to pop those in there. Maybe an extra one in there as well. Something I'd actually forgotten to weigh out was the basmati rice as well. So I am just going to weigh this quickly, and I'm going to soak the rice quite a few times to get all the starch out of it. And then I'm going to put an equal amount, as I said, into the glass bowls. So I'm just going to do that now. Right, the rice has been soaked, so it just looks like this. I may actually pop the light on here. Is that better? Hopefully it is. But yeah, I have soaked it here, and now I'm just going to try and portion it out as evenly as I can. So normally I just put a tablespoon in like this in each one, and that should be the right amount. So I'm just going to do that quickly. The next thing I'm adding in is the fat-free Greek style natural yogurt. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon in each bowl, and then I'm going to add the pesto next and put 1 teaspoon of that into each bowl as well. So I really do put a heaped tablespoon in. Last week I made this and I put 3 in each one by mistake because I read the recipe wrong. It tasted fine, but yeah, definitely more calorific. Then I'm gonna go in with the pesto. I love pesto. I used to really dislike it, but it's definitely grown on me. So again, heaped teaspoons. That might have been too much, but honestly, I love it. Next thing I'm going to add is the chicken stock. So I put 1 stock cube with 300 milliliters of water. And then what I'm going to do is obviously measure out 100 mils in this case, just so that I don't put more in one. This just takes a lot of going backwards and forwards. I've gotten pretty good now at judging the bowls. So yeah, I am able to do this pretty quickly. Next thing I'm going to add is the peas. I weigh out 100 grams of peas rather than doing it by cup, so it may be a bit different, but I feel like that's just easier for me, to be honest. So again, I'm just going to put a spoon in each and carry on going until there aren't any left. Then next up, one of my favourite parts of this dish are the tomatoes. So I'm going to, again, just try and get this kind of even. To be honest, looking at the amount of tomatoes I have, I've definitely cut way too much. I always put extra in because I love tomatoes. So I'm just going to try and portion a bit out, to be honest, and then, yeah, go from there. I tend to go overboard with the tomatoes because they just make it all that more juicy, and I just love them. So I'm not going to stop myself from having them. I feel like that's pretty even. So yeah, gonna go with that. Then at this point now, I would start to mix all of this together. It looks a bit funny, but trust me, it's going to come out tasting absolutely amazing. Make sure you do give it a good stir though. The rice does sink to the bottom, and you want to make sure that everything is combined. So I do tend to make sure that I've stirred it quite a few times in opposite directions as well, and then yeah, it'll be good for you to put some salt and pepper on, and also your cheese. As soon as they've all had a good stir, I just give them a little bit of salt. I don't like my food to be too salty, so I just put a tiny bit. This is a pink Himalayan salt grinder. Tom got it. I think he was trying to be fancy. So yeah, this is what we've got for now. And then I just have a black peppercorn grinder as well. I do like my pepper, so I do tend to go overboard with it, I'm not gonna lie. If you wanted to, you could give it another stir. I don't really think that you have to, but I always do, just to make sure, again, that it is all combined. I don't like the thought of it kind of sitting on top there. So I'm just gonna give these all another stir. And then now that that's all done, the last step is to pop on the cheese. I just have the pre-grated, I don't really tend to buy this to be honest, but I felt a bit lazy. So I have the pre-grated extra mature cheese, which does go against the recipe because I believe this says that you need a low fat cheese option, but I love my extra mature cheese, so this is my one indulgence in this meal, apart from the extra tomatoes, but you should have about 20 grams each in this. I just tend to sprinkle a bit there. And yeah, again, I just tend to eyeball it and make sure that they have roughly the same amount. I actually think it's mozzarella cheese that is listed as an ingredient for this recipe now, not low-fat cheese, so I may have been wrong there. I don't mind mozzarella. I may put a tiny bit on top actually, but I do prefer the extra mature cheese, so that is what I go for. Anything that I've spilled will be eaten by my dog. Don't worry, she is hovering by my feet right now. I am definitely a messy cook or meal prepper, so yeah. Apologies for that. But all that's left to do now is to pop these in the oven at 180 degrees for, I think it's about 35 minutes that I put them in for. And just like that, they are now in the oven and I will pull them out after about 35 minutes. The oven is just cooling down, so sorry if you can hear that, but this is what it looks like. Now I will say I did put a timer on for 35 minutes, however, I soon realised that it hadn't actually started. So I don't know how long these were in there for. I just kept an eye on them until they looked cooked, and yeah, now they do. So yeah, this is what they look like. Like I said, a very easy meal prep dish. If you guys don't care about this, then I'm really sorry to have wasted a lot of your time, but I like watching things like this, so hopefully you do too. And the orzo meal that I make in the slow cooker was also one from this guy's page as well, so yeah, I would highly recommend. I have now gotten changed into my pajamas. I am about to get ready for bed, but before that I am going to moisturize my face. I have of course been to the gym today, I have had a shower, and now I just want to make sure that it's all moisturized before going to bed. Now my everyday moisturizer is the Simple Hydrating Light Moisturizer. I absolutely love this and I would recommend, but I feel like my skin needs a bit of TLC today, so I am going to go for Charlotte's Magic Cream, which is the Charlotte Tilbury cream, and this just feels so nice. I am not normally the type of person to spend on things like this, but I truly do believe that this is worth it. So literally all I do is I scoop a little bit, I pop a bit over my face, a bit more on my nose because my nose is really dry at the minute, and that is it. So I'm just gonna rub all this in, and yeah, like I said, hopefully it's just gonna really help my skin out overnight. I tend to save this for the weekends. It's like my special, I guess, moisturizer, just because it is a bit more luxurious and a bit more premium, but I really do feel like it makes a difference, so that is why I've decided to use this today. Honestly guys, the only thing I'm going to do now is get into bed and read. I will show you my book in a second and just talk briefly about it as well, but after popping on this cream I do tend to just tap my face as well to make sure that it does absorb. Not sure if this actually does anything, but it's what I've done for a while and I just like the feel of it, so that is what I do. Right, now that that's all done, it's almost time for bed. I have actually laid out my clothes for tomorrow ready as well. I am just trying to save as much time in the mornings as possible, just because I do like to sleep, and by that I mean I do struggle to get up with my alarms. I will say though, recently with the lighter mornings, it's been so much easier, so I'm hoping that as long as the weather's okay, I can get up because of the light outside. However, yeah, if it's dark and stormy and rainy, then that is a different story, but either way, I like to have things laid out ready for me, such as obviously my food is meal prepped, I just grab that in the morning and go. My clothes are here ready for me as well, and I haven't actually looked at the weather for tomorrow, but I've got this kind of jumper, I've got a vest to go under it, and then I've got some trousers there as well, so that is going to be my outfit for tomorrow. I tend to want to wear comfy things in work because I'm on my feet constantly, so yeah, I tend to have some sort of jumper and some nice trousers. Sometimes I have leggings, depending if the top that I'm wearing is long enough. I would never wear leggings with a short top because I just don't like the look of that, and I just don't think it's right for a secondary school teacher to be wearing leggings that could potentially show a bit more than we want, you know? So yeah, I wear leggings with a long top if I do wear them. I did have thicker leggings that I wore over the winter months because they had fur inside, which, oh my gosh, was just a game changer, especially during those long cold days. So yeah, I'm definitely going a bit lighter with my clothing now, but I'm still not confident enough to go for something that isn't going to keep me warm because my school is always cold. I do put the heating on, I do get hot quite quickly, but as soon as the heater goes off, it's freezing. So yeah, I do just want to make sure that I've got my layers, so yeah, it's all good. But as I said, I am going to head off to bed now and I will show you guys the book that I'm reading. So let's just do that. So the book that I'm currently reading is called Valor by John Gwynne. This is the second book in the Faithful and the Fallen series by this author. There are 4 books in total and I am almost done. I say almost, I've still got about 200 pages to go, but I'm definitely getting there. This has actually taken me quite a while to read and it's just because I've been so tired this week. Work has been crazy and I feel like I just haven't had a minute to myself to sit down and want to read because I've just been so tired. So that's the plan for tonight. I'm going to sit down now and try and get through quite a good chunk of this book. It is currently, what time is it? It is 9:30 and I do like to read before bed anyway. I feel like it just clears my head. It makes me sleepy, which is obviously great. And I'm really invested in what's going on at the minute as well. And we are building up to, you know, the climax of this novel, which is hopefully going to be very entertaining. I feel like it's going to be stressful though, because this is an epic high fantasy book with a lot of war and I'm just scared for these characters. So whilst I'm excited to finish it, I'm also a bit scared and nervous. But yeah, that is the plan for tonight. I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to get through. I am pretty tired because obviously I've had a very intense day, but I'm not actually going to get into bed. I'm just going to sit here for a while and read, and then I'm going to go downstairs and put the prepped meals in the fridge. I'm waiting for them to cool down at the minute, and yeah, I'll just get myself ready for bed then. I will get some water, I will make sure that I've locked the doors, those type of things, and then I will finally go to sleep. So I am going to close off this video here. I have no idea what it's been like. Hopefully it's been somewhat entertaining for you guys. I personally love watching these types of videos, and whilst this isn't a normal Sunday for me by any means, it's been a really fun one. I of course had a gym session, which you will have seen. I then went on a very long walk, which wasn't necessarily what we intended. We wanted to go for a walk, but we didn't think it was going to take us that long. I've also joined with a new coach now after having a meeting with her, and yeah, I also showed you guys one of my favourite meal preps at the minute. So I really hope you have enjoyed. If you have made it this far through into the video and would like to let me know that you're still here, please go ahead and leave me any sort of gym related emojis down in the comments. I know I say it all the time, but seeing you guys comment the emoji of the video truly does mean the world to me. It blows me away that you guys watch these all the way through. So if you are still here but don't have anything in particular that you would like to say, please go ahead and comment that now. As well as that, please don't forget to click the like button if you like this video and the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. And please do let me know if you would like to see more of these types of videos in the future. As I said, I've had fun filming this for you today, and with the summer months approaching, I feel like these day in the life vlogs are only going to get more and more interesting. But with all that being said, I am going to close off this video here. Thank you once again for watching, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!